What's up guys, Judo Sloth here and welcome to my first Gods of Olympus video. This is a new game which I have started playing and let me tell you, it is a heap of fun. I first started watching this on Clash with Ash's channel, been watching it quite extensively on Aronis's channel as well. I will link both of them down in the description if you want to check out any of their Gods of Olympus gameplay, but I knew I would love this game, so I wanted to bring you this first video, introducing you to it, showing you how to play the game, how it works, discussing some of the mechanics, and also more of a beginner's guide, sharing with you some tips and tricks for when you start out. So Gods of Olympus is based on ancient Greek mythology and you battle using your gods. The first god that you unlock is called Zeus. You can see him battling on the screen now, and each one of your gods has special powers. Basically special powerful attacks which you can level up individually, so each god will have different skill sets, and as you level them up and unlock new gods, you can obviously mix and match these in order to have different attacking strategies. So what makes Gods of Olympus different? Well, a big factor is that you have full combat control, so you can select each god individually and target individual buildings, defenses, defensive troops, and also target those special abilities. Another feature which I am very much looking forward to use is that once you join an alliance, you can battle with your friends. So once you start an attack or an enemy begins attacking you, a notification will come up in the chat and your teammates can join in the fight, and there's no limit as to how many teammates can join. Checking out the gameplay, you can see that I can defend as the enemy is attacking and my alliance could join in with this as well. So there are two troops that you can spawn, hoplites and archers. You have to spawn them within your building radius. You'll see that when I'm tapping around the map, there's X marks coming up. I cannot place my troops anywhere. You have to place them within your buildings, but they will then move around the map in order to defend the base. You can also spawn units on the outside borders of the map, but these are clearly marked. You may want to utilise this to sneak behind attacking gods, for instance with archers, and placing them behind. In a nutshell, the more active players you can get to join you in a battle, the greater your chance of success will be. Checking out some of the gods, and when you first start, you will begin the game with Zeus, but you have to pick another god fairly sharp in the game. I would recommend choosing Athena. Failing this, Ares is also a very good choice because he is a high damage dealer and has a fantastic ability called Battle Charge. I will bring you that in a future video. He is actually my favourite god in the game at the moment. But looking at Athena, she is brilliant at absorbing damage, especially because of her second skill called Aegis. This creates a protective shield and absorbs 70% of damage, which can also be increased as you upgrade this skill. Now, because Gods of Olympus doesn't know which god you're going to choose as your second, and also doesn't teach you too much strategy during the tutorial, more just how to play the game, it recommends dropping Zeus first, but this is just to show that you can drop both gods individually on the map and then also have full combat control of them during battle. So during that battle, I was actually retargeting Zeus and Athena onto different buildings individually. This is done simply by selecting the god you want to retarget in the top left and then clicking the area on the map where you want them to go, for instance a specific building, and at times I was also targeting defending troops. The skills for each god will be displayed in the top right as you select them, and for some of these abilities you will then have to select on the map where you want to deploy them. For instance, Zeus has an ability called Lightning Storm, which can be placed anywhere within a set radius around him. It doesn't necessarily have to be on the building that he is currently attacking. You will see that at the time of making this video, Gods of Olympus is currently in beta testing for Android, so if you are not on iOS and you do want to try and play this game, you can always head over to their website, which I will link in the description below, and sign up for the beta test. So just checking out the layout of some of the menus, you have a selection on the left which brings up items such as news, achievements and help, and on the right hand side you have your alliance chat. You can see you need to be level 20 before you can create your own alliance. You can see that Gods of Olympus actually provides you with quite the FAQ and help section for any areas you might be struggling with, but you can also contact email support if you're still struggling or having more technical issues. You then have the large construction button in the bottom left. This is obviously where you access different buildings for your base, such as defences and temples. These are straightforward. Defences defend your base, and the temples are specific to each god, and they provide a bonus to all of your troops and buildings, so not only that god. You then have the attack button on the bottom right, which brings up this menu. You have the regular battle, and you can actually choose easy, normal or hard depending on the type of base you want to come across. You then have the campaign, and moving across you have the revenge section. Now this is cheaper to battle in terms of energy, or nectar as it's called in the game, than a standard battle. You can also spar in this game to test out your own defences, test out your alliance members' defences, and just practice your strategy. So you can see I am attacking my own base, brand new base really, nothing to it, so it's going to be very easy to take down. In the early stages of the game you can literally just rush the temples and take the victory, but as you progress on you will have to have a little bit more strategy in order to take out the defences and get to them temples. Now that's something I should have mentioned earlier with regards to the temples. They are your main buildings. Your defences are trying to protect these buildings, and when you're attacking, once you've destroyed all of the temples, you win the battle. So your base will be designed around protecting these. Now let's dive back into some battles and show you some more gameplay. You can see the temple is this big purple building, and at this stage I can pretty much just rush that building and take it out. However, this is only really at the start of the game. It does very quickly become a lot more strategic. I'm going to attack these defences just so you can see a little bit more gameplay, and you can see defending troops rushing my gods, and if you're not careful and you don't take these out with the special abilities, or you can see that I'm targeting them right now with Zeus, then they can very quickly surround your gods and provide a huge amount of damage, and you will be surprised at how powerful this is. This obviously relates to what we were discussing earlier when your alliance can assist you in battle, kind of swarming the enemy base or the enemy attacker with lots of small army troops can provide a large amount of damage. Now heading back to base, let's go and upgrade some of our gods so that we can take on some stronger opponents. I am going to focus on the resources in specific and explain them all at the end of the video, but in the middle you can see that we have stone on the left and gold on the right. Gold is the resource we use to upgrade our gods. So first looking at Zeus, you can see the recent update which brought skins to the gods, just for a bit of fun there, Zeus on vacation. But let's move across and you can see that his baseline stats, he's quite a tanky troop and a melee god, so you do want to encourage him to have stronger health. So I would highly recommend upgrading his health and also unlocking Lightning Storm. Now this is the ability I explained earlier you could place within a set radius of Zeus, and I'm going to upgrade it a couple of levels. You can see that as we upgrade it, the cost to go a further level obviously increases. What this means is that you can focus on a set area if there's a skill that you use on a god more specifically, but you do want to keep a good balance and have an all-rounded skill set. What this will allow you to do is manage your gold a little bit more effectively. So you can upgrade certain areas that you specifically want to use within that god or you want to make stronger, but then once it gets to a certain point and it costs so much gold, it would be worth investing in them stats that you may not use as much but will provide much greater value for your gold. So you may have also noticed with Athena we did unlock the Aegis skill, which I was talking about earlier in the video as well. This is the one that provides a defensive shield, and now that I've played the game a little bit more, I would also suggest upgrading the health of Athena, because you're obviously using her to absorb a lot of damage, so you want her to have high health stats. And following on from the tutorial, I was again deploying Zeus first in this battle. Once you have Athena, you want to deploy her first and use the Aegis skill in order to get the defensive shield and absorb a lot of the damage. That obviously sets the raid up, and then you can bring in your damage troops from there. So once you unlock Ares, who I was explaining earlier as well, you can use his battle charge skill to come in and wipe out some of them defenses, but I will bring you that in a future video. However, when you're first starting out, it will obviously be Zeus that you deploy behind Athena to come in, get close to the buildings and provide that damage. So just to wrap up this video, how do you actually progress in Gods of Olympus? Well, you have Nectar. This is basically energy that you would see in any other game. It's what you use to battle. It costs 1000 for a regular battle, but only 200 for a revenge. Stone is the resource used to upgrade your buildings. Anything within your base will require stone to upgrade. Moving to gold, we already showed you that this is how you upgrade your gods and the skill set that they use. The final resource is the premium currency, which is gems. It's what you can spend real money in order to buy. You can also obtain this through achievements, and you can use it in replacement of other resources or to buy premium items. For instance, the skins of the gods require gems. Now this is the UK App Store, so prices may differ on your device, but if you are going to buy some gems, I would highly recommend the starter pack. You can see that it is very good value for money. It costs the same as a bag of gems, where you get 2,400, but you start off here with 4,000 and you get 500,000 stone and gold in order to spend. You also won't have to worry about spending all of this at once, because another unique feature of Gods of Olympus is that you don't lose resources. If you get attacked by an opponent, you actually gain resources depending on the damage that you deal, so that's a nice little feature for if you play a bit more passively. You won't actually progress very fast like this because 95% of resources are gained through battling, but it's good to know that if you can't access the game for a day or so, you're not going to lose progress and resources. So that wraps it up for my beginner's video for Gods of Olympus and an introduction into the game, the mechanics of it and what it's all about. So if you're already playing, please share with me any tips you have in the comment section below. Please let me know if this video was helpful, and if you're not playing Gods of Olympus, it is a super fun game to play. I'd highly recommend giving it a shot, and I'm very much enjoying it at the minute, so I do plan on bringing a bit more of it on my channel, bit more strategy and how-to videos as well, so stay tuned and subscribe for more Gods of Olympus. I've been your host Judo Sloth, and until next time, peace out guys.